Hey guys, it is time for another number talk, and today we are talking about the number 10. We made it. Our goal was to get all the way to the number 10 on working with our numbers on our number poster, and we did it. Today we're working on number 10. So, good job for us. Let's dive in and talk all about this number 10. Can you say 10? Excellent. And let's show 10 on our fingers. 10 is 5 and 5. And we'll talk more about that on our domino. Let me grab our poster before it falls down. All right, so we need both hands, all of our fingers up for the number 10. We have 5 fingers on each hand, and we put them all together. We have 10 fingers. So that's how we show the number 10. Now we notice that there are 2 numbers or numerals in this number. We have a 1 and a 0. So when we write 1 and 0 beside each other with the 1 first and the 0 after, that's how we write the number 10. All right, so make sure you remember that the 1 comes first, 0 comes after. So let's talk about the word 10. Everyone say 10. And the sound we hear at the beginning is t, t, and that's the letter T that makes that sound. So 10 starts with T. So let's go ahead and write that number. Remember, the 1 first. And we already know how to write these numbers, so it should be really simple. And a 1 is just a straight line. So we start at the top, go straight line down, just like that. And mine's a little curvy, but that's all right. And then we do our 0. So we start at the top, big curve down, big curve up, just like an oval. And that is how we write the number 10. Now remember, if you make a 1, sometimes you can make it fancy. So you might see the 10 with a fancy 1 like that, all right? Whoopsie, I smudged it. Let's fix that so it's very nice and clear. So sometimes you'll have a fancy one like that, or it might just be a regular plain 1, straight line like this one. So either way you see it, that's the way we write a number 10. So let's get our finger pencils ready and trace that. So we can just do a straight line down for the number 1, and then a big curve down, big curve up. Good job. Let's move on to the number before and after. All right, so let's put our fingers to our brain and think about the number that comes before 10. That means the number that we say first in front of 10. So let's think about that, and it will help us to remember what number we did last time on our poster. So the number we say first in front or before 10 is 9. That's right. We'll write a 9 right here in this spot. The number before 10 is 9. Now let's put our finger to our brain again and think about the number that comes after 10. Remember, that means next. After means next. So what number is next after 10? We may have to think really hard about this one. Sometimes it helps if we count. So I know that 9 is in front. 9, 10, 11. That's not a number we've talked about too much. So 11 is 2 ones written together, like that. So after 10 is 11. We have 9, 10, 11. Let's draw 10. What should we draw? Let's just draw some circles today, because we're going to have to draw a lot of them. So here we go. Let's draw those circles. Help me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we drew 10 little circles there. Let's move on to our domino. Remember, our domino, we put dots on to help us see how we break those numbers apart. So we're looking at the number 10 today. We want to see how we can break 10 apart and put it back together. That'll help us understand more about the number. So I'm thinking already, when we showed 10 on our fingers, we talked about 5 on this hand and 5 on that hand. So let's start there. Let's put 5 on one side and 5 on the other. All right, help me count those 5 dots. Here's 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. All right, so 5 on one side. Now we need 5 on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me color this one in a little bit. There we go. So we have 5 on one side, 5 on the other. Let's count it all together and see if we made 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We did it. So 5 and 5 make 10. And that's the same. We could switch our hands, but it's the same number, right? So remember, we can always switch these and put them in different places, but it's the same number. So let's think about a different way to make 10. Let's think about that for just a second. I know what we can do. I remember that on one side of our domino, the most we can have, the most dots we can have is 6. So let's move this over and put 6 dots on this side. Here we go. There. We put one more. I moved the one in the middle over, put one more dot, and that made 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now I need to do something to this side, right? So let's see. If I've got 6, how many fingers do I have down? Because I know if I have all of my fingers up, that I have 10 fingers. But I have 6 fingers up now because that's how many I have on this side. So let's see how many fingers I have down. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm thinking if that I have 6 fingers up and 4 fingers down, if I put those 4 fingers up, I'll have 10. So I have 6 dots on this side. Let's try 4 dots, like my 4 fingers that are down on this side, and see if that makes 10. So I only have to take this one away that's in the middle, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 dots on this side. Now let's count it all together and see if we made 10. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We did it. We made 10. So we had 6 dots on the first side of our domino, and then 4 dots on the second side. So show me 6 and then 4. Just like when we started with our 10 fingers up. So 6 and 4, we can put them down even to help us remember that we had 4 over here. 6 and 4 make 10. Good job. Good thinking and counting. All right, let's move on down to our 10 frame. There are some other ways to make 10, but not on our domino because we can only have 6 on each side. So we'll move on down to our 10 frame. And I heard 10 when I said 10 frame. Remember, there are 10 spaces in a 10 frame. So do you think we will fill them all with dots today? Our number is 10. So let's see. Let's try it and see if we fill in all of our spaces. Help me count and tell me when to stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move it down and over, back to the beginning. We had 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stop. That's right. And look, we filled in the entire 10 frame. So the number 10 on a 10 frame makes our frame full. Every space has a dot in it on the top row and on the bottom row. So 10 on a 10 frame fills it up. That's something else we can remember. How cool is that? Remember long ago when we started with 0 and 1, we didn't have any at first with 0. And then when we put 1, we just had this one little square filled in. And we've worked all the way to 10 and filled in that 10 frame. How exciting. That's pretty cool to see that 10 frame all filled in. So there we have it. That's all about the number 10. We looked at what it looks like. We listened for some of the sounds in the word. We wrote the number 10. We looked at the numbers around it. We drew 10 circles. We broke it apart on the domino and we filled in the 10 frame. We did an awesome job. Thank you so much for helping me figure out all about this number 10. I'm so proud of us for learning about all of those numbers from 0 to 10. We did an awesome job. We've learned so much about these numbers. So good job counting and thinking about all the numbers we've worked on. So today your challenge is to go find a number 10. Look around your house, look around your street, or if you're at the store with a parent maybe, you can look for some numbers and show me what you find. Be looking for that number 10 and be sure to share it with me when you find it, all right? So have fun looking for your number and great job counting again today, guys. See you later.